Hi and welcome to this week's video. Hopefully in this video you'll see how I use a stopwatch for my navigation as requested by one of the viewers, and you'll see the lessons I learned about helicopter wake turbulence on my arrival at Northcote. So join me, let's go fly. Right then, so I'm flying here. My first turn point is Blickling Hall, going all the way along there to my second turn point, which is Hunstanton Lighthouse, and then from there across the Wash and up to Northcote. You can see I've got radio bits, frequencies where I'm going over the different frequencies marked on the map. I've got times expected on the map there just as a reference point, and what I'll be doing during the flight is I'll check these against here, and that's what the stopwatch is going to be for. So I'll make sure that's wound up. Zeroed, so we're ready to go. And turn point 1 is just a reference to start off with, because you know, all the fiddle arsing about we go during the you know, takeoff and going into circuit. So that's my sort of first point, and then from there I know that I should take roughly 25 minutes to go from there to my Hunstanton. From that I'll be able to judge what's going on with ground speed and bits, even though Sky Demon gives you a ground speed and estimated times. It allows me to make sure that my times are good enough so I've got sufficient fuel to get from here to Northcote. Although we've got 2 hours plus reserve duration fuel on board, and the flight should take, if the forecasts are correct, which they seem to be very rarely, seem to be correct at the moment, 66 minutes or so of flying time. Okay, that's all. Pre-flight checks have been carried out of the airframe, so we are ready to go. Or will be as soon as I get myself all strapped in. Wind's pretty much down the runway, fairly strong. We need to be alive. Traffic, Bravo, Takeoff 04. Frankfurt Hall, which is where I'd like to be, is off our nose. There we go, on top of some of this bumpy stuff. We've got some cloud, but it's low level here. We go to 2,500 feet, we'll be above the cloud. We're not going on top, as some people might call it, because this is VFR and perfectly clear. There's going on top, to my mind, is when you really can't see the ground very much, or only sort of fleeting glances at it. A bit of a video on that from a guy called Shortfield, with Charles called Shortfield, Terry. He talks about going on top and things like that. Well, I sort of agree with him and his definition, let's call it that. I can see where I am, so I beam the hall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my stopwatch now. We'll fly to Hunstanton Lighthouse. There. We'll see what the time takes to get us to there is. From that we'll be able to do a calculation and
see how we're doing with the winds. So here we are. As Terry says on short flight, it is smooth off and above the cloud level. That's because we haven't got the convection giving us the thermic type turbulence. And although you don't have that mechanical turbulence either, depends on where the inversion layer is. That's where you're going to hit that mechanical turbulence. The inversion layer, having looked at the skew weather diagrams and bits and pieces, is a chunk higher. It's about 4,500 feet. This is a good time just to do a quick pre-DAP check. So, fuel tanks are still absolutely cramped to the top. Radio's working okay. Engine temperatures are lovely and balanced, within 6 degrees on the within 5 degrees on the CHT. It's pretty standard for this aircraft. Direction is good, I can see where I want to fly to. Altitude is good, we're clear of airspace. And we're transponding the listing squawk for Norwich radar, so all good, pre-DAP complete. So about 5,300 to 5,350 or thereabouts is what I normally have for cruising at 65. Which is my sort of standard economy sort of cruise. I can cruise slower and get better economy. I can cruise at 60. We never get anywhere, well, we don't get anywhere particularly fast anyway, no matter what we call it. But at 5 miles an hour can make an awful lot of difference to your navigational time.
2,100 feet, 6 miles north reading.
This is a problem with this is a problem with London information. There's just too many people. Well, there's a lot of traffic going on. I normally take it for going across the Wash here. Just I've got contact with a reliable source because Norwich radar will be very weak at the moment. We'll keep them on the box to see if I can get in through. We're at 3,000 feet. We're returning up. We're coasting out in approximately, I'd say 7 miles or so distance, so we're not doing too badly.
Oscar India Delta, Squawk 1177 with no Charlie, basic service.
05, helicopter, good day. Land information, Golf November Whiskey Foxtrot Sierra, basic service.
Golf November Whiskey Foxtrot Sierra, London information, stand by, I will call you back. Golf India Delta, did you copy Squawk 1177 with no Charlie, basic service?
1177, no Charlie, basic service, Golf India Delta.
Now to coast out. The tide is in. We're doing a cruise across at 3,000 feet. The stopwatch bit, here we go. This is the stopwatch we're coming up on 25 minutes. We're not quite over, so I'm just going to see how much we're over by. We'll note it on the map. Always good fun. Mark. Yeah, so let's start again. So we were at 25.5 minutes. That means that we've got a 2% error in our track time. 2% is not a great deal. We turn currently now onto our new heading, which should be there at 330, which is good. Coasting out, so pre-DAP, we've got fuel. Radio is currently good. Engine temperatures are well within their normal parameters. Actually, it's good. We've got the wind farm bit there, which is what I was aiming to go by. Make sure I keep myself on my magnetic heading. And altitude is as good as we're going to get. Corresponding conspicuity at the moment. Readout complete. Okay, we're over land. Just listening to Coinsby now. We're going to be slightly to the west of Skegness Airfield. That's my plan. I'm just sort of routing past Skegness, which is what we've got coming up in front of us here. Quite a big chunk of holiday type properties, a lot of caravans, static caravans around here. We'll sit North Coats in while we've got the opportunity. 120.155, 120.155, confirm it again on here, 120.155, so all that lot looks good. Heading is good, we should be at 350, which we're at. On the compass, it should be giving us a track of 335. Ground speed currently of 56. We should be at 62. We've got a 6-mile-an-hour headwind. That's significant. A 10% error. So 10% on our time. 40 odd minutes. Add another 4 minutes to it. That would take us to 45 minutes. So 15 minutes down. Yeah, we've got about 30 minutes to go. North Coast Radio, Golf Sierra, Kilo Uniform Bravo.
From Bravo, this is North Coast, pass the message.
Golf Sierra, Kilo Uniform Bravo, inbound from Kramer, got a bit of information, planning to join at 1,500 or 10.294, runway 05 right hand, currently 10 miles to the south.
Standard overhead zone at 1,500 feet, 500 foot circuit, runway new 05 right hand, and we have a QNH of 1029er.
So 1,500, standard overhead join, circuit height 500, 05 right hand, that's it, from Bravo. From Bravo, descending gate side 05.
Traffic, 1 o'clock, 1 kilometres, 1,000 feet below.
Welcome from Bravo, downwind 05 right hand.
North Coast Radio, helicopter Golf, Tango, Tango. Good Tango, you're late.
Hey firm, we had to pick a Robinson 44 up from Leeds, that's why we're late. But we're in formation with Oscar Kimo, Lima Tango Mike. We've got 4 miles to run from the north, request airfield information please.
Yeah, standard overhead zone at 1,500 feet, 500 foot circuit, 05 right hand, and we got a QNH of 1028.
1028 and 05 right hand, is there anybody in the circuit?
Yes, there are a few aircraft joining, so be aware.
That's copied, thank you. Golf Tango Tango.
Welcome from Bravo, final 05.
Just focus wind 040, 12 knots.
Landing, Golf from Bravo.
100 feet.
Okay, it doesn't look too bad at this moment in time, but as I get low, I do meet up with a little bit of side drift. It's quite gusty conditions, so I end up throwing this one away and going round. Always an option. Doesn't look too bad there, but I just a bit of a bouncy.
Bravo.
9 o'clock, 1.
Golf, that's radio, Golf.
Feet above. 1.
Yeah, sorry, Golf, did you pass out? Actually at the parking outside the field, just taxiing to park.
So here I am, turning crosswind.
Golf Tango, crosswind, and now downwind visual with Rob.
So here's two helicopters overtaking me into the circuit and coming past me on the inside.
Turn right hand 05, visual 2 Robinson's and the aircraft to center. Stove.
Just see one going away.
Downwind 05, visual 2 helicopters.
It was close. That second one there was very close initially, which is why I went stuff for stoat. So I extended quite a chunk downwind.
We'll extend downwind to go to wait turbulence from helicopters. Okay, from Bravo final 05.
We're just crossing the runway, we'll be out.
You don't get a full idea of how far away, but it actually took me 2.5 minutes to get to the threshold of the runway from there.
Below.
Still getting bits of wake turbulence from them. Taking it, bumping.
Will be kilo turning final 05.
Disturbance wind from the north at 8 knots.
Now the wind is actually coming slightly from the left-hand side. That's where it's gusting
Traffic
from.
alert 300.
And what I wasn't
Below.
aware of was the fact that the
Traffic
helicopters
danger,
are
100.
actually hovering and
Below.
doing a little bit of a twiddly thing
I'll make this a bit of a faster landing because of the turbulence.
in front of the crowd as they park themselves up. And that wake turbulence is rolling across, and just as I get to this point, about here, I run into that wake turbulence. And you can sort of see that I'm getting shaken about a fair old bit. But
Traffic
good old Kub,
kilometers 500.
and me being
Traffic
proficient
danger,
at the moment,
500 feet
helped me out.
above.
So we go short final 05, contact 1 to deck.
So I survived.
Disturbance wind from the north at 10 knots.
Tango clear from Bravo, taxi to fuel.
Okay, so while you look at the aircraft in the parking area that have flown in, I'm just going to talk about what I learned. The 2.5 minutes for coming in after a helicopter is sufficient. You only get minor wake turbulence. More than 2.5 minutes would have been better. But my mistake that I made was the fact that the helicopters were hovering around at the far end of the runway, and that wake turbulence was going to come back down the runway towards me. So that's the unusual factors of the day. But having said that, they shouldn't have been there in the first place, really. Going from what I was trained when I was learning to fly, you don't overtake an aircraft that's established in the circuit. An aircraft that's in the circuit has the right of way. And the two helicopters joined in behind me, then overtook me on the downwind. And the reason for that shouldn't happen, they should extend their circuit out, is because they produce a lot of wake turbulence, and therefore, although I'm slower, I'm going to hit that. And they don't have a right, faster aircraft don't, of any sort, and heavy aircraft don't have the right to overtake in the circuit and stop an aircraft that's already established in it. That's just my view. If you know differently, please let me know. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up. You can subscribe or even hit the little bell notification for future videos. Any comments would be appreciated, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Remember, go fly and feel the sky.